today I'm talking about Kobo and Kindle. This channel, or really the people who follow me know that the things that I love the most are reading, cooking, and then doing crafts. And so I read a lot. I read all the time. I always have an audiobook in my ears, and I'm always looking for something new to read. And I got really frustrated with Kindle. Amazon, if you're watching, I got really frustrated. I'm sure this is not a new thing. I'm positive that other YouTubers are talking about this. But I got frustrated with Kindle maybe a year and a half ago. Some books that I had read before were no longer showing up on my Kindle device. And I had all of my notes in there and highlights, and it was really irritating to me. I decided to let it go because, it was not worth getting upset about. I was looking for the notes. I couldn't find them. So I just, I moved on with my life. But then a classic book that I had purchased a long time ago on Kindle was updated. And I really had liked the introduction to the book. I liked things were updated about the book that I just didn't really appreciate because I was going back to reread my book. And it's just like physical books. Like you're thumbing through your worn copy and you see your notes from years ago. And it's just really heartwarming. But I moved to Kindle a long, long time ago because I moved a lot. So I have moved cross country 4-5 times. And dragging books all over the country was nearly impossible. And then maintaining them, unpacking them, all of that stuff, this is not a practical way to live. And so I switched to Kindle a long time ago, over 10 years ago. And gosh, it's probably longer than that. It's probably like 15 years ago now. I am old. And so that's what, when you're thumbing through your digital copies, it's the same thing. It's like coming back to old friends. Same thing with audiobooks. An audiobook recently that I had purchased on Audible is gone, that I already listened to. I don't understand that. And it's really, really frustrating, especially when you want to go back and re-listen to something that you've re-listen or reread, something that you've already read, that you want to go back, see your notes, see your highlights, hear the author if they're the narrator. And I understand digital rights management. I really do. I understand that don't really own it. I say I purchased an audiobook or I purchased a book, and I understand that I'm basically kind of borrowing it and it's not really mine. And that means that the notes and the highlights are not really mine either. And that's just sad. And so what I did over a year and a half ago, I don't remember when it was. It was like in like May or June or something like that of a specific year, not too long ago, that I took my old Kindle Paperwhite, I downloaded all of the books DRM free from Amazon, and I had a lot of DRM free books already because I would get them from Google Books or the Gutenberg Project or things like that. Like I have a lot of classics. So I downloaded thousands of books over the course of 2 months, put them on my Kindle Paperwhite, which was I think it's like the 2018 version, 2017, something like that, an older version. I put it on there. I put my Kindle on airplane mode, and I have the books on that Kindle. I didn't purchase a new Kindle, and instead, a few months later, I purchased a Kobo Color Libre, and I absolutely love this thing. Okay. So I loved my Kindle too. So I can't say anything. I absolutely loved buying this and using my Kobo Color Libre. So the features that I want to tell you about are, firstly, you can put any books that you want on it. It's not locked to Amazon. So if you have DRM free books, you can put any of them on your Kobo, which I did. I took the same library that I put in my Kindle Paperwhite from 2018, and I put them on my Kobo. So now I have my entire library on my Kobo. Now, my notes and my highlights did not transfer. That's very sad to me. And I have since changed my method of doing notes and highlights. But the features that I really, really love about the Kobo that I want to share with you, in case you're considering purchasing this and want to know why I love it. So firstly, the buttons. Like, Kindle Oasis, come back out with that, with the buttons. That is the best. This is like the feature that I like the most, is that I have buttons. And I know that sounds silly, but I love it. The other thing that I like is that it has color highlights. So I tend to, in physical books, I color code my highlights. So I have different colors, meaning, this is important to me. This is a question that I have. Or this is something that I would quote or tell somebody else. This is the reason why this book exists. That I read a ton of nonfiction. So it is part of my process. And so I love the colored highlights. I love that I can write in it. Now, I did buy the Kobo pen. Let me show you. I think it's really cool. It's really easy to use. It has a little eraser. That was really fun. You just flip the pen and it erases. And you can write in this. You're writing in the margins, just like a physical book. Instead of where the Kindle Scribe, you are writing in a note. I have tried that. I don't really like that. It's the same thing with the regular Kindle. You can type using the keyboard, like the Kindle or Kindle Paperwhite. You can type your note using the keyboard, and then it has like this little flag. I don't love that. I love writing in the margins. This is a feature that I really, really enjoy. I love the connection to Libby. So you can, instead of, Kindle has like this really convoluted way to get your Kindle books. You have to like send it to Amazon and then you send it to your Kindle. So you have like a 2-3 step process to get a book that you're borrowing from the library onto your Kindle. Whereas the Kobo, you're directly on Libby, on your Kobo, browsing through Libby, and you download it directly to your Kobo. It's just like shopping in the shop, only it's from the library. That is wonderful. I love that. It just makes it easy. Like, I don't have to I really, really am. I purposefully put my phone away. So I put my phone somewhere else when I'm reading, or, we're eating dinner with the family, or we're on the couch chilling. Like, I try to put my phone far away. So then I'm like, if I'm like, oh man, I want to read this book, I should just get it from Libby. I have to go get my phone to use a device that I don't want notifications on. That seems really stupid. So Kobo, you got it. This is cool. The other thing that I really like is I love reading articles. One of my friends sends me articles all the time. I love it. I think it's so cool. We have a great connection on things that we like. And so he'll send me articles. And so instead of reading the article on my computer, which I don't really like to do, my computer I use for work. I don't really use my computer to do fun things. And I would prefer to just put my computer away and then go read this article. So I can put my articles directly in Dropbox and then open them up directly on the Kobo. I can highlight them, I can mark them up, I can do all of that stuff. It saves those to Dropbox, those highlights and those markings, and then I can send it back to my friend. That's so cool. So these are all of the features that I love about the Kobo. And so I have been telling the people in our Mighty Networks Community Plus members group and my book club that I was going to tell you guys why I love the Kobo. Here you go. This is the video. So I just love it. So the other thing that I realized while using the Kobo is that it is, if you are reading popular books, popular fiction or nonfiction, you're reading mainstream content, if, that book shows up in the Amazon store and the Kobo store and all of that stuff, you're good to go. Like Kobo, you're not going to notice that big of a difference. You're going to be able to find the books that you like and you'll be able to read all of them. But if you are like myself and you read more obscure authors, I read a lot of things in academics. I read a lot of nonfiction that's published by universities, and their stuff is almost exclusively on Amazon. I have been avoiding this for a while by purchasing physical books for the last year and a half of those types of books that I want to read. But I am full on my shelves again. After moving cross country 5 times, getting rid of all of my books, not all of them. I keep the classics that I really, really love. I keep reference books that I thumb through all the time. But I have filled my bookshelves again. And I'm kind of freaking out because I really love not having so much stuff in my home. I love not having to manage it or even remember that I have it, because if I go to Amazon or the Kobo store for that matter, it tells me that I read this before. And it tells me I have bought 3 books in the past year and a half twice. Yes. So, digital helps me manage things. And I started missing that. And no matter how many things that I really love about the Kobo, and I will continue using the Kobo for all of the reasons that I already told you, because this is like the tiniest device. I can stick it in my purse. I ended up purchasing the newest Kindle again because for the, $200 that it costs for a Kindle, and then also using the Amazon store, I now can save room on my shelves and also stick my entire library in my purse. And I'm usually reading 6 or 7 books at the same time. I'm usually reading 1 fiction book and then 6 or 7 nonfiction books. Don't ask me. I don't know what's wrong with me. But now I can carry them in my purse again. And so Amazon has its place. I don't think Amazon's going away. Even in my year and a half rebellion against them, I even canceled Audible. I canceled everything. I was so mad. I was like, I'm getting rid of everything. I'm getting a Kobo. I have to come to the realization that they own it all. And they have exclusive rights to so many books. And if you like those obscure academic books that are only available on Amazon or in a physical copy, you have to make a choice. And for physical copy people, like I was buying all of my books used. I love buying used books. I enjoy having them. But I also realize that there is a limit to the amount of space that I have to hold all of them. And in a year and a half, I filled up all of my bookshelves. I'm probably reading more material than I can actually contain in my home in a lifetime. I have to make a choice. And so I went back to Kindle. Now, I'm only using my Kindle for the books that I can't purchase elsewhere. I'm not using it for Libby because it's just easier on the Kobo. I'm not using it for articles because it's just easier on the Kobo. So I'm not using some of those features that I used to use on the Kindle, like emailing yourself stuff. Oh, gosh. Amazon, if you are listening, can you go ask Kobo how they make it happen and how it's easier? Now, I don't know the technology behind it. Some of you guys who are much smarter than me probably do, but it seems like this is really convoluted and you could make this a simpler process for all of us book and article and PDF loving people. Connect it to Dropbox. Make it connect. I don't know. And I might get people in the comments going, Lauren, did you know that you could do this? Tell me tell me all of your tips and tricks. While I watch YouTube videos to see if I'm using the products that I own to the best of their capacity, I don't know everything. And so if you know of something, some way to make this easier, I am all ears. But for the moment, I am both a Kobo and Kindle user. I'm not ashamed to say it. I did re-up my Audible. Now, they did give me a good deal. So I've been gone for a long time, and I got 3 months for like, I don't know, I think it was like $3 or something like that. So I'm currently on the, it's $1 to get a credit kind of thing, because I was gone for so long and they sent me a nice email. So I don't know if I'll continue my Audible subscription, because I have been able to really successfully find audiobooks through Hoopla and other places. So I'm, Hoopla, Libby, most of the audiobooks that I listen to are fiction, and they're readily available through the library. So I usually do that. But, a good deal on Audible was very difficult to resist. So anyways, I hope that this helps you. I hope this answers some of your questions. I hope that you get a lot out of it. For my fellow readers, I love all of you. I'm so glad you're reading with me. Thank you for being in my book club. If you're interested in joining, you can go to lolodidit.com, and I have it available there, or you can be a Plus member through our Mighty Networks community. So I hope to see you there. Happy reading. I love you. Bye.